Step one, take the side panel off, so you have the inside. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Real good stuff. Get a screwdriver. Now this next part is really important. You fumble around like an idiot for the next 30 seconds trying to find a screwdriver. You realise you've got a tiny screwdriver and that won't work. So just yeah, like, so basically, like, yeah, right, you've got an actual screwdriver now, so this part's easy. You have to just unscrew the heatsink. Make sure you do it in an X pattern and not one at a time, because apparently if you do that, it's going to blow up your CPU and everything's going to set on fire. So make sure you just do a little bit at a time and move to the next one. Now you really should be unplugging that fan header, but mine's just stuck. Now lift up that heatsink and just see how horribly dry that thermal paste is. And if for some reason you haven't unplugged the cable, just pop that heatsink awkwardly there. And if you're following along well by now, you're probably doing a terrible job, and just do better. Don't watch this. Now that you've got the heatsink off, undo the retention bracket and just clean out the chunks of paste underneath there. Although don't take the CPU out, you're gonna bend the pins. Don't know why I did that. Now the thermal paste is so old it's not even goop anymore. Anyway, just put the clip back on so you don't break something. I struggled a bit. I haven't done this before, but yeah, just secure that back and you're good to go. Now magically clean your heatsink so it's not dirty. Great stuff. Anyways, now it is time for the start of the show, the AliExpress thermal paste, that's what it's called. I paid a very low price for this. I'll show an image of it on screen. Got on my finger. I'm gonna die. I am going to die. But yeah, cheap stuff. Now it's time to actually put the thermal paste on, and I've heard a lot of different opinions on how to apply it, what pattern. I just put what felt like way too much in the middle, so we'll see if it explodes. As for the application, it's really easy, just squeeze the tube, and I accidentally dripped it all over the rest of the socket, but it should be fine. Non-conductive. Now screwing the cooler back on should be just the same as before, a bit at a time, not much else to add. Now we're mostly done, just put the side panel back on and, oh great, plug in the cables in. This part is crucial if you want to succeed. You have to strain your back getting it back on the floor. It will just blow up otherwise. Not really much to add for this part, just struggle severely getting it back into its place. Thank you, brilliant. Now the best part, struggling to get all those cables back into the ports, just beautiful stuff. Look at that, we got there. Except no, we didn't. This is now going to be the hardest part, because apparently it's impossible to screw in the simple little antenna cable. One went in just fine, and then I spent the next 30 seconds or more struggling. But don't worry, the HDMI cables go in easily. The cat decided to come, so look at the cat. Yeah, that's a cat. But now after this whole thing, it's time for the big moment. Will it turn on? No. However, not to worry, after turning the power supply on, we get greeted with AUX mode. What a lovely thing to hear. Anyways, if we now wait for the thing to actually turn on, we get greeted with the Windows boot menu, which is good. That's a good sign, that means it works. But it takes a while. There we go. Anyways, now that we know we haven't broken anything, we can type our password in, I can sneakily hide my name, and we can enter Windows and use the computer. Or Linux if you're one of them. Weirdo. Alright, after my SSD stops dying, we're finally in, and there we go. Now the big question, was this whole thing worth it? Absolutely not. The difference in temperature, like 2 degrees. So, follow along. Try this at home. Like and subscribe. Send this to Linus Tech Tips. Yeah, that's mint. I'll post that.